So shall we start our lecture? Whether voice is audible as well as whether PPTs are visible on your screen. Yes, perfect. So we'll start our lecture. So yesterday's lecture, we have completed our chapter number 5, that is nothing but the psychrometry. Now we are knowing that psychrometry is nothing but the basics related to air conditioning system. That means we have studied various basic properties related to the moist air in the psychrometric chapter. Now the next step is calculation of heating and cooling load, or that is also called as the heating and cooling load calculation. So that is nothing but our chapter number 6. So while doing while designing any of the air conditioning system for any of the application, for designing any of the air conditioning system for any of the application, whatever first step we require to do, that first step is nothing but we have to calculate, or we require to calculate how much heat load is being generated or how much cooling load is being generated, which we require to remove from that particular place to obtain the desirable internal condition irrespective of external condition. That means heating and cooling load calculation is nothing but the foremost step or first step of designing of any of the air conditioning system for any of the application. Without doing heating and cooling load calculation, you cannot proceed further for designing of any of the air conditioning system. So the syllabus which we have to study in this chapter is nothing but we have to represent the actual air conditioning process by layout on the psychrometric chart. Then we have to study load analysis, that is nothing but RSHF, GSHF, ERSHF. RSHF means room sensible heat factor, GSHF is nothing but grand sensible heat factor, and ERSHF is nothing but effective room sensible heat factor. So those various heat factor we have to study, and we have to represent those various heat factor on the psychrometric chart. That is nothing but enumeration and brief explanation of the factor forming the load on refrigeration and air conditioning system. So here if you see in bracket they have mentioned that numerical treatment. So this is nothing but chapter number 6. So we are knowing that from second section, chapter number 5 as well as chapter number 6, both the chapters are consisting the numericals or problems. So this chapter is also consisting the numericals. So here also we have to solve the problems by using the psychrometric chart. Chapter number 5, that is psychrometry, is consisting of the numericals based on two types of numericals are there in chapter number 5. First type is nothing but numericals by using the psychrometric relations. That means whatever 6 formulas I have given, those 6 formulas are related to specific humidity, then degree of saturation or percentage humidity, and relative humidity. 3 formulae. After that, PV, enthalpy, those formulae, and rho V, that is air density. So by using this formula, if you are going to solve the problems, that is nothing but the problems based on psychrometric relation. Second type is nothing but problems by using the psychrometric chart. So last lecture also, as well as the lecture before last lecture, there also we have solved the problems by using the psychrometric chart. So, and here whatever chapter number 6 is there, so in that chapter number 6 also whatever problems are there, those problems we have to solve by using the psychrometric chart only. That means by using the or by referring the psychrometric chart only, we have to solve the problem in the chapter number 6. Before that, the student, those who were absent for last lecture, for them I will repeat one more thing. So from 19th onwards, our test number 1 or ISC 1 is going to start. So as each subject is having 30 marks ISC marks, which we have to send to the university. So we are planning to take 2 ISC 1 as well as ISC 2. So by taking the average of those ISC 1 and ISC 2, we are going to send your marks out of 30, and whatever ISC 1 as well as ISC 2 will be there, those both the ISC will be of 30 marks. And by taking the average of those both the ISC, we are going to send your marks to the university. So take the ISC seriously. So for our subject refrigeration and air conditioning, I think on 21st of this month we are having the rack paper. So syllabus will be chapter number 3, chapter number 4, and chapter number 5. So out of that, already I have sent you the chapter number 3 and chapter number 4 notes as well as PPT. And for chapter number 5, today only I have sent you the notes of chapter number 5, complete notes. Whatever PPT of chapter number 5 is there, so the size of that PPT is very much higher or bigger. That's why I was unable to send that PPT. But I will try to share that PPT also on your group. Don't worry. So do the study seriously. So now we'll start our chapter number 6. So chapter number 6, heating and cooling load calculation. So as we are knowing that heating and cooling load calculation is first step towards designing of air conditioning system. So we must know what is meant by air conditioning system. So already we are knowing what is meant by air conditioning system. So air conditioning system is nothing but the conditioning of air, or the process of supplying and maintaining desirable internal atmospheric condition irrespective of external condition. So that process will be called as a air conditioning process. So what exactly we are doing in case of air conditioning? So in case of air conditioning, we are simultaneously controlling. So air conditioning can also be defined as it is nothing but the simultaneous control of temperature, humidity, purification of air, and air motion to obtain desirable internal atmospheric condition irrespective of external condition. So these 4 parameters are very much important. That is nothing but control of temperature, control of humidity, purification of air, and air motion. If we are going to fail to maintain any one of these parameter out of these 4, then also we are not doing the air conditioning. That means that will not be called as a air conditioning. So here, whatever air conditioning, complete air conditioning process will be there. That will include, first of all, control of temperature. Control of temperature means we have to either cool or either heat the air as per our requirement, irrespective of external condition. Whatever may be the external parameter or whatever may be the external atmospheric condition, irrespective of that, if we want to maintain the desirable condition, then we have to either cool that air or either heat that air. So for human comfort, if you are going to consider human comfort, so for human comfort, we require to maintain the effective temperature in the range of near about 18 degrees centigrade to 22 degrees centigrade. So if we are going to maintain that effective temperature in that range, then we are going to obtain the conditioning of the air or for human comfort purpose. Then addition of second point is nothing but we have to control the humidity. Control the humidity means we have to either add the moisture particle in the air, that is called as the humidification, or we have to remove the moisture particle from the air, that will be called as the dehumidification. So if you are going to consider the air conditioning in winter season, so in winter season we have to heat the air, outside air, as well as we have to add the humidification or we have to add the moisture particle. So that will be called as a heating and humidification. Whereas in case of summer season, we have to cool the air. That means we have to reduce the temperature of outside air, as well as we have to dehumidify the air. That means we have to remove the moisture particle from the air. So that will be called as a cooling and dehumidification. Apart here, if you are going to consider the summer air conditioning, then in one more point you have to keep in mind that for summer air conditioning, the relative humidity of air should not be less than 60%. For multiple choice question, this may be asked, as well as for your various technical aptitude, this may be asked. So while doing the humidification or dehumidification, you have to always keep in your mind that for summer season, the relative humidity of that air should not be less than 60%, whereas for winter season, the relative humidity of the air should not be more than 40%. So while designing of any of the air conditioning system, you have to keep this parameter in your mind. Then third one is nothing but controlling movement of air, that is air motion and distribution of air. So though you are going to maintain the temperature, or though you are going to control the temperature as well as humidity, but if you are not going to control the movement of air or air motion, That means whatever conditioning air is there, if you are going to blow that conditioning air inside the room at very high speed or at very low speed, then also the human beings which are sitting in that room will not feel comfortable. So along with controlling the temperature as well as controlling the humidity, you need to control the movement of air as well as distribution of air also. Distribution of air means if all the air which is conditioned, if all the airs is passing only through a particular region, that means on your face only, not on your full body, then that will not be conditioning of air. So along with controlling movement or motion of air, you have to keep or you have to pay attention on the distribution of air also. That means there should be equal distribution of air throughout the space, that you have to keep in mind. And if you are going to maintain all the three parameters, that means you have maintained the control temperature, or you have control the temperature, you have control the humidity, you have control the air motion also as well as distribution of air also. But whatever air is there, conditioning air is there, that is containing the some amount of contaminant or foreign particles. So whatever human beings are there, so if that air is containing contaminant or some odor, then also that human being will not feel comfortable. That means along with these three parameter, fourth one is also that much important. That means you have to ensure that whatever conditioning air is there, that is a clean as well as filtered air. That means called as a purification of air. And if you are going to maintain all those four parameters, then and then only you are going to consider that complete air conditioning process is carried out. In case of air conditioning system, we have to add some amount of fresh air from the outside as a ventilation air. So whatever last point is there, that last point you will understand whenever we will see the actual diagram of the various air conditioning systems. Now, what exactly mean by air conditioning system? So air conditioning, we are knowing the definition of air conditioning. Air conditioning means obtaining or maintaining desirable internal atmospheric condition irrespective of external condition. Now, in case of air conditioning system means a system which effectively control or which effectively maintain desirable internal atmospheric condition irrespective of external condition. That system will be called as the air conditioning system. So system which effectively control temperature, humidity, purification of air, motion of air to produce desirable effect or desirable internal atmospheric condition is known as a air conditioning system. So there is basically four types of air conditioning system, or there is that air conditioning system is classified based on four categories. So first category is nothing but based on way of air cooling. So whatever air we are cooling or whatever air on which we are doing the processing, if that air is coming directly contact, or if that air is coming in direct contact with the conditioning apparatus, then that will be called as a direct air cooling system or direct cooling system. And second one is nothing but indirect cooling system. Now, what is the example of indirect cooling system? Suppose you are knowing the heat exchanger. So if you are using the heat exchanger and through one coil, suppose that cooling medium is passing, and through another coil, suppose air is passing. So there is no direct contact between air as well as cooling medium. So that will be called as the indirect cooling system. And suppose your cooling medium is passing through coil, and that whatever air we have to cool, that air is coming direct contact with that cooling water or cooling liquid, then that will be called as a direct cooling system. Then second classification is based on major function or major purpose. So in that there are basically two category. First one is called as the comfort air conditioning system, and second one is called as the industrial air conditioning system. So based on purpose means, in case of comfort air conditioning system, in case of comfort air conditioning system, our major focus or our major purpose of doing the air conditioning is to obtain the human comfort, or to obtain the conditioning of air for human comfort as well as human health, as well as to increase the efficiency. So most of the IT industries, and nowadays most of our core industries or offices of core industries also are well equipped with the air conditioning system. So why air conditioning system is required? So because of air conditioning system, whatever human beings are there which are working, those human being will be comfortable, human being will be properly maintained, as well as efficiency of those human being will be increased. And for that purpose, most of the IT industry, as well as for various offices, shops, restaurant, theater, hospital, school, as well as homes also, we are doing the air conditioning, and main purpose is to obtain the comfort. So for obtaining the comfort air conditioning system, we have to maintain the desirable internal atmospheric condition as 21 degrees centigrade dry bulb temperature and 50% relative humidity. Then and then only whatever human beings are present in that various location or various positions, that means at homes, at as well as at offices, shops, restaurant, theater, hospital, as well as school, those will feel comfortable. So that will be called as a comfort air conditioning system. Only you have to keep in mind that comfort air conditioning system, our main focus is to obtain the comfort for human being, as well as to maintain the health of human being, as well as to increase the efficiency of human being. Second purpose is nothing but industrial air conditioning system. So most of the for most of the industries, we require to obtain or we require to design the air conditioning system. That means whatever textile industries are there, as well as whatever pharmaceutical industries are there, paper mills, as well as machine manufacturing parts are there, as well as tool rooms, as well as photo processing plants are there. There for proper working of machine, as well as for proper research and manufacturing processes, for proper working of machine, as well as for proper research and manufacturing processes, we require to do the air conditioning. So here our main intention in case of industrial air conditioning system, our main intention is to obtain the proper working of machine, as well as proper research, as well as manufacturing processes. And for that purpose, we are controlling the temperature as well as relative humidity of air. So that process will be called as the industrial air conditioning system. So that will be the second classification. Then third basic classification is nothing but based on season of year. Based on season of year. Season of year means in case of summer season, if you are doing the air conditioning by using the air conditioning equipment, that will be called as a summer air conditioning system. In case of winter, that because we are knowing that in case of summer season, we require to do the cooling and dehumidification. Whereas in case of winter air conditioning, we require to do the heating and humidification. So if that air conditioning is used only for winter season, if that air conditioning system is used only for winter season, that will be called as a winter air conditioning system. That means the process or psychrometric process which we are going to carry out in that winter air conditioning system, that is nothing but heating and humidification. If we are going to use the air conditioning system only for the summer season, that means that system is able to carry out only cooling and dehumidification, then that will be called as a summer air conditioning system. And if the air conditioning system is used throughout the year, that means that can be used in winter season, that can be used in summer season, then that such type of system will be called as a year round air conditioning system. So that year round air conditioning system will have the provision to carry out both the processes, that means heating and humidification also, as well as cooling and dehumidification process also. Then and then only that system will be called as a year round air conditioning system. So this is nothing but the third classification of air conditioning system. Most of the time this question will be asked for your university exam: classify the air conditioning system. So there at that time you have to classify that air conditioning system by considering this 4 point. Fourth point is nothing but according to or based on arrangement of equipment. So whatever equipments we are using in case of air conditioning system, based on arrangement of that equipment, there will be basically two types of air conditioning system. First one will be called as a unitary air conditioning system. Second one will be called as a central air conditioning system. Unitary air conditioning system will again have three types. First one will be called as a window air conditioner. Second one will be called as a split air conditioner, and third one will be called as a package air conditioner. Out of that, window air conditioner means in most of the that cloth shop, whereas air conditioning system installed in the window, that will be called as a window air conditioner. So I will show the diagram of window air conditioner. Split air conditioner means whatever air conditioner systems which we are using in most of the offices, as well as whatever our TPO hall is there. So in that TPO hall also, whatever air conditioning systems are there, that means whatever ACs are installed on or mounted on the wall, those will be called as a split air conditioner. And package air conditioner, so if you see our international seminar hall, so at the top of international seminar hall, that means on the roof, whatever air conditioners are provided, those will be called as the package air conditioner. So those all will come under the unitary air conditioning system. And second one is nothing but central air conditioning system. So you might have observed the central air conditioning system in malls, as well as in various restaurants, as well as in Vittal Mandir also, that central air conditioning system is available. So this is nothing but the classification of air conditioning systems. Have you understood? Have you understood the classification? Yes or no? Write in the chat box. Okay. Now, whatever air conditioning systems are there, so that air conditioning systems will be made up of various components. So the assembly of those different parts of the system, which is used to produce specific condition of air within a required space, that will be called as the air conditioning system components. So the various components which any of the air conditioning system will possess, that is nothing but, first one is nothing but heat source, or sorry, cooling source, that is nothing but cooling coil will be available. Then heating element, heating coil will be present. Control system, that means if now if you see whatever split ACs are there, so if you are going to maintain the temperature as a suppose 21 degrees centigrade, so whenever 21 degrees centigrade temperature will be achieved inside the room, the compressor of that system or compressor of that AC will automatically become off, and whenever temperature will goes on increasing, at that time that AC will automatically go on, that AC will automatically, that means compressor of that AC will automatically become on. So there will be control system, so that will be called as a control system. Then distribution system, that means equal distribution. For equidistribution system, we are using the distribution system. Fans will be there, filter will be there, grill will be there, as well as tray will be there. So those are the various components by which any of the air conditioning system is made up of. Here, this is the picture of room, or that is also called as a window air conditioner. This is the system of room, or that is also called as a window air conditioner. So you are knowing that window air conditioner is always situated in the window, and that window air conditioning system will consist of basically four components only. That is nothing but compressor, condenser, expansion device, and evaporator. And along with that, some accessory parts are there. Here, if you see, this is the compressor. Then outlet of compressor is given to the condenser. So this is the condenser. That condenser will be situated outside of the room. So here, whatever this portion you are observing, so towards this portion, whatever your room will be there, which you want to do the condition, so half portion of that window AC will be situated in the room, and whatever remaining half portion will be there, that will be situated outside of the room. So here, whatever compressor will be there, that compressor will be on the boundary itself. Then whatever condenser coil will be there, that condenser coil will be situated outside of the room. So Here outlet of condenser will be given to the expansion wall, and here expansion wall outlet will be given to the evaporator. So whatever evaporator will be there, that evaporator will be situated inside the room which you want to do the cooled, or for which you want to do the air conditioning. So outlet of evaporator will be again supplied to the condenser. So here for equal distribution of air, here we are having the blower. So whatever shaft of blower will be there, that will be supplied to the fan. So with the help of that fan, whatever heat is being carried out by using that conditioning air, that heat will be carried out with the help of this fan. That means whatever refrigerant is there, that the refrigerant will absorb the heat from the conditioning room, and that heat will be rejected to the outside of the room. So this is called as a room or window air conditioning system. This will be called as a room or window air conditioning system. Here also same schematic diagram. This is the window, or not window, this is the wall, and this particular portion is window. So here whatever your room will be there, that will be situated towards this direction, and this remaining portion will be outside of the room. So inside of the room there will be the evaporator. Here you are observing that there is a filtering coil. So at the outside of evaporator there are filter coil. So those filter coil will filter the air. Then to blow the air, here we are having the blower. So outlet of evaporator will be supplied to the compressor. Outlet of compressor will be supplied to the condenser. These are nothing but the condenser coil. So to blow the air over the condenser coil, we are having the fan. So that fan is blowing the air over the condenser coil, and because of this same, here hot air will be exhausted to the atmosphere. And here outlet of condenser will be supplied to the, here somewhere here there will be the expansion wall, and outlet of expansion wall will be again supplied to the evaporator. So this will be called as a window air conditioning system. Then split, there are some limitations of using the window air conditioning system. There are some limitations of using the window air conditioning system as compared to split air conditioning system. So first limitation is nothing but, here in case of window air conditioning system, whatever compressor part is there, that compressor will be situated near to the room. Compressor will be situated near to the room. Here if you see the compressor, this is the compressor which is situated near to your room only. This is the compressor which is situated near to your living room only, and because of that compressor there may be the chances of production of noise in the room. So noise as well as vibration will come directly inside the room. So because of which whatever human beings are living inside the room, they will feel uneasy. So that is the first limitation. Second limitation is nothing but, here we cannot use the evaporator separately and condenser compressor. Sorry, here we cannot use evaporator separately and condenser separately. And because of the same, here as evaporator and condenser are enclosed in a single unit, here evaporator as well as condenser are enclosed in a single unit, therefore evaporator cannot be used as an interior part of room. So for interior decoration purpose or for interior purpose only, you cannot use the evaporator, because both the evaporator and condenser are enclosed in a single room, or sorry, single unit. Whereas in case of split AC, that evaporator part will be separated, condenser part will be separated. So that provision is not available in case of window air conditioning system. Third one is nothing but, for mounting or for mounting of that window air conditioning system, we require the appropriate size of window or hole in the wall in order to fit the air conditioner, or in order to fit the window air conditioner. So these are some of the limitations of using window air conditioning system. Now second one is nothing but split air conditioning system. So whatever our TPO hall is there, so there you might be observed that such types of ACs are available. So this will be called as the indoor unit of split AC. And at the outside of that TPO hall, you might have observed such type of boxes which are placed on the window, or which are located at a suitable location. So here this will be called as the outdoor unit. So whatever split AC is there, So split AC will consist of separate two parts. First one will be called as the indoor unit. Second one will be called as the outdoor unit. So those are the separated part. And after connecting indoor unit and outdoor unit, you can have the air conditioning system. So here, whatever indoor unit will be there, that will consist of the evaporator. That means here inside this indoor unit, there will be the evaporating coil through which that refrigerant is passing. Then filter here on this indoor unit, there will be a net. So the purpose of that net will be to filter the air. Then evaporator fan will be there to blow the air, as well as grills will be there. Grills means here you might have observed that there will be the chapping motion. There will be the chapping motion. म्हणजे हे जे वरचे आहे ते काय होत असतं, चॅप होत असतं, त्यामुळे काय होत असतं, हिथून एअर पास होत असते. So that will be called as a grill. Whereas whatever outdoor unit is there, this will be called as the outdoor unit. That outdoor unit will consist of the condenser. Then fan will be available in that outdoor unit, as well as compressor will be present in that outdoor unit. So this entire system, this is called as a remote. So this entire system will be called as a split air conditioning system. So there are some advantages of using the split AC over the window AC. That means whatever limitations of window AC was there, so those limitations will become as advantages in case of split AC. That means as compressor is outside of the room, because outdoor unit is separated one. So as compressor is outside of the room, therefore there will not be compressor noise as well as vibration into the room, and because of the same, whatever human beings are living inside the room, they will not feel the uneasy. Then second one, no window opening is required. That means you can fix the indoor unit at anywhere, you can fix the outdoor unit at anywhere. So there will not be necessary of any of the window for mounting of that split AC. Then third one, first part can be located in the room with the help of or with decorative display. It can be mounted on a floor, ceiling, as well as wall, as well as behind the decorative structure. But in case of window AC, you cannot do the interior designing. Whereas in case of split AC, you can do the interior designing. Now, according to the season of year, there are three types of AC. So first one will be called as the summer air conditioning system. Second one will be called as the winter air conditioning system. And third one will be called as the year-round air conditioning system. So out of that, first system is nothing but summer air conditioning system. Suppose wait for 1 minute. Suppose this is the space. Suppose this is the space to which we want to maintain the desirable internal atmospheric condition. This is the space to which we want to, this space will be called as a conditioned space. So this is the space to which we want to obtain the desirable, or we want to maintain the desirable internal atmospheric condition. So to obtain that desirable internal atmospheric condition, we require to supply the conditioned air. So whatever condition we are going to space, that air should have the capability to absorb the heat which is being generated inside that conditioned space. So to obtain that conditioning air, we require to do the various processes on that air. So in case of summer air conditioning system, as we are doing the cooling and dehumidification, so here in case of summer air conditioning system, fresh air or ventilated air will be taken inside the apparatus with the help of this damper. So that air, that recirculated air will be mixed, that is return air will be mixed, and whatever combination of air will be there, that combination of air will be passed through the air filter. So here the main function of air filter will be to filter the air. filter the air. So after filtration of air, that air will be passed over a cooling coil, because here our main motto is to do the cooling and dehumidification. To do the cooling and dehumidification. Here main function is to do the cooling and dehumidification. So here whatever cooling coils are there, that cooling coils will be maintained much below than the required dry bulb temperature of the conditioning space. So here whatever mixed air will be there, that will be passed over the cooling coil. Here surface temperature of cooling coil will be maintained much below than the temperature which we require inside the conditioned space. So as we are cooling the air, so here along with cooling there will be the dehumidification, and for dehumidification purpose here we will have the perforated membrane. This will be called as a perforated membrane. So whenever cooled air will be passed through the perforated membrane, the energy loss will take place, and because of that energy loss, whatever moisture are present in that air, some amount of moisture will get condensed, and that condensed moisture will be collected inside the condensate drop sump. This will be called as a condensate drop sump. Here you are observing a refrigeration plant. Why refrigeration plant? Because whatever cooling coil is there, so in that cooling coil, whatever cooling medium we are passing, or whatever cooling medium we are passing, that is nothing but the refrigerant, and to produce that cooled refrigerant we are having the refrigeration plant. So at the outlet, whatever air we are having, that air will have the less amount of humidity. Now that air will be passed over the heating coil. That air will be passed over the heating coil, and in that heating coil we are going to heat the air up to our desirable temperature. म्हणजे आपल्याला काय समजा या ठिकाणी समजा outside air जे आहे, समजा that outside air is having the 40 degree centigrade dry bulb temperature. Suppose that outside air is having the 40 degree centigrade dry bulb temperature, and suppose relative humidity is 70%. Here degree centigrade is there. Outside air is having the temperature as a 40 degree centigrade, and suppose relative humidity is 70%. So suppose inside the conditioned space we require to maintain suppose 25 degree centigrade temperature, dry bulb temperature as a 25 degree centigrade, and suppose relative humidity as 50%. So here whatever air which is available in this conditioned space after doing the air conditioning, that air will be called as a return air, and that return air will be supplied, or that return air will be mixed inside the fresh air. So here 40 degrees centigrade dry bulb temperature, 70% relative humidity air will be mixed inside the 25 degrees centigrade and 50% relative humidity air. And whatever mixed air will be there, that mixed air will have the different temperature and relative humidity. Now suppose that different temperature is nothing but suppose here whatever mixed air is there, that mixed air is having temperature as a suppose 35 degrees centigrade. 35 degrees centigrade dry bulb temperature, and suppose a relative humidity as a 60%. Relative humidity as a 60%. Now that mixed air will be passed over the air filter. So filtration of that air will take place. So that filtered air will be passed over a cooling coil. आता ह्या ठिकाणी 35 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड एअरचं टेम्परेचर 35 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड एअरचं कन्वर्जन आपल्याला कशामध्ये करायचं आहे 25 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेडच्या एअरमध्ये करायचं आहे, आणि 60% रिलेटिव्ह ह्युमिडिटीचं कन्वर्जन आपल्याला कशामध्ये करायचं आहे 50% रिलेटिव्ह ह्युमिडिटीमध्ये करायचं आहे. त्यासाठी ह्या ठिकाणी जी काय आपण कुलिंग कॉइल यूज करणार आहे, ह्या ठिकाणी जी काय आपण कुलिंग कॉइल यूज करणार आहे, म्हणजे ह्या ठिकाणी मला काय करावं लागणार आहे, कोणती प्रोसेस कॅरी आउट करावं लागणार आहे, कुलिंग आणि डिह्युमिडिफिकेशनची प्रोसेस कॅरी आउट करावं लागणार आहे. तर कुलिंग आणि डिह्युमिडिफिकेशनची प्रोसेस कॅरी आउट करण्यासाठी मला काय करावं लागणार आहे, ह्या ठिकाणचं जे काही कुलिंग कॉइलचं टेम्परेचर आहे, त्या कुलिंग कॉइलचं टेम्परेचर काय करावं लागणार आहे, ही जी काही मिक्स्ड एअर आहे 35 डिग्री आणि 60% ची, त्याच्या ड्यू पॉइंट टेम्परेचर पेक्षा काय करावं लागणार आहे, कमी ठेवावं लागणार आहे. जर समजा ह्याचा ड्यू पॉइंट टेम्परेचर, त्या मिक्सड एअरचं ड्यू पॉइंट टेम्परेचर, सपोज ड्यू पॉइंट टेम्परेचर ऑफ दिस मिक्स्ड एअर इज 25 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड. तर मला काय करावं लागणार आहे, ही जी काय कुलिंग कॉईल आहे ती 20 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेडलाच मेंटेन करावं लागणार आहे, बिलो दॅन दी ड्यू पॉइंट टेम्परेचर ऑफ द कुलिंग कॉईल. ज्यावेळेस ही 35 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेडची एअर या कुलिंग कॉईल वरून पास होईल, ज्यावेळेस ही 35 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेडची एअर कुलिंग कॉईल वरून पास होईल, त्यावेळेस काय होणार आहे, या ठिकाणी कुलिंग ऍज वेल एज डिह्युमिडिफिकेशन होणार आहे. डिह्युमिडिफिकेशन कशासाठी होणार आहे, कारण की ह्या कुलिंग कॉईलचं टेम्परेचर किती आहे, 20 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड, आणि ड्यू पॉइंट टेम्परेचर किती आहे ह्या मिक्स एअरचा, 25 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड. त्यामुळे जी काही एअर ह्या कुलिंग कॉईलच्या कॉन्टॅक्ट मध्ये येणार आहे, त्या कुलिंग कॉईलच्या कॉन्टॅक्ट मध्ये आलेल्या एअरचं टेम्परेचर काय होणार आहे, 20 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड होणार आहे, किंवा 21-22 होईल जास्तीत जास्त. तर 22 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेडला काय होणार आहे, त्या एअर मधलं जे काही मॉइश्चर पार्टिकल आहेत ते मॉइश्चर पार्टिकल काय होणार आहेत, रिमूव्ह होणार आहेत. आणि ते मॉइश्चर पार्टिकल कशामध्ये रिमूव्ह होणार आहेत, त्या ठिकाणी रिमूव्ह होणार आहे. समजते. आता ही जी काय एअर आहे, आता समजा ह्या ठिकाणी 20 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेडला कॉईल मेंटेन केल्यामुळे ह्या ठिकाणी जी काही आउटसाइडला येणारी एअर आहे ती एअर कोणत्या डिग्री सेंटीग्रेडला येईल, सपोज 22 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेडला आली. पण आपल्याला ऍक्च्युअल मध्ये टेम्परेचर किती मेंटेन करायचं आहे, 25 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड मेंटेन करायचं. त्यासाठी मी काय केलेलं आहे, या ठिकाणी अजून एक हिटिंग कॉईल यूज केलेले. हिटिंग कॉईल यूज केल्यामुळे काय करतो आपण, जे काय आपल्याला डिझायरेबल टेम्परेचर अचीव्ह करायचं आहे, जे काय आपल्याला डिझायरेबल टेम्परेचर अचीव्ह करायचं आहे ते टेम्परेचर आपण काय करतोय, ह्या ठिकाणी हिटिंग कॉईलच्या साहाय्यानं टेम्परेचर अचीव्ह करतोय. आणि ही जी काही कंडिशनिंग एअर असणार आहे, या ठिकाणी जे काय आउटसाइडला एअर असणार आहे ती काय असणार आहे, 25 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड ड्रायबल टेम्परेचर, 25 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड ड्रायबल टेम्परेचर आणि 50% रिलेटिव्ह ह्युमिडिटी असणार आहे. So that air will be passed by using the blower or fan, and that will be supplied to the conditioning space. Are you getting? So this will be called as a summer air conditioning system. This will be called as a summer air conditioning system. Similarly, there will be winter air conditioning system. पार्ट सगळे सेमच असणार आहेत, फक्त या ठिकाणी कशामध्ये चेंज असणार आहे, हे जे काय 3 पार्ट आहेत या ठिकाणी फक्त चेंज असणार आहे. समर असू द्या, विंटर असू द्या, किंवा एअर राऊंड एअर कंडिशनिंग सिस्टम असू द्या. त्या ठिकाणी समर मध्ये काय चेंज होता, समर मध्ये कोणते कोणते असेंब्ली होती, समर एअर कंडिशनिंग मध्ये कुलिंग कॉईल होती, त्यानंतर परफोरेटेड मेम्ब्रेन होता, या ठिकाणी कंडेन्सेट ड्रॉप संप होता, आणि हिटिंग कॉईल होती. विंटर एअर कंडिशनिंग मध्ये काय असणार आहे, एक प्रीहीटर असणार आहे, दुसरा ह्युमिडिफायर असणार आहे, आणि तिसरा रिहीटर असणार आहे. बाकीची जी काही सिस्टीम आहे ती ऍज इट इज असणार आहे. म्हणजे ह्याचं आउटलेट जे असणार आहे ते कशाला देणार आहे, आपण ब्लोअर और फॅनला देणार आहे. ब्लोअर और फॅन मधनं ते एअर जे असणार आहे, कंडिशन एअर, ती कशाला जाणार आहे, कंडिशन स्पेस मध्ये जाणार आहे. त्या ठिकाणी एअर कंडिशनिंग होणार आहे, म्हणजे जे काय तुमचं डिझायरेबल टेम्परेचर मेंटेन करायचं होतं ते ह्या ठिकाणी अचीव्ह करणार आहे तुम्ही. आणि ह्या ठिकाणी कंटिन्युअसली तुम्ही कंडिशन एअर सप्लाय करताय, त्यामुळे कंटिन्युअसली कंडिशन एअर सप्लाय करत असल्यामुळे ह्या ठिकाणची त्या कंडिशन स्पेस मध्ये जी काय पहिली एअर आहे ती आपल्याला काय करावं लागणार आहे, कॅरी आउट करावं लागणार आहे. ती डायरेक्टली आपण ऍटमॉस्फिअरला रिलीज न करता, आपण कशाला देत असतो, रिसर्क्युलेटेड एअर म्हणून यूज करत असतो. स्मॉल अमाऊंट ऑफ एअर विल बी व्हेंटिलेटेड, म्हणजे ह्या ठिकाणी जर 100% एअर असेल तर 100% आपण रिसर्क्युलेटेड एअर घेतो असं नाही. त्यापैकी काय अमाऊंट ऑफ एअर आपण काय करतो, व्हेंटिलेट करतो. देअर मे बी द व्हेरियस ओपनिंग्स थ्रू विच दॅट व्हेंटिलेशन विल टेक्स प्लेस. आणि बाकीची जी काही एअर असणार आहे ती कशाला जाणार आहे, ऍज अ रिसर्क्युलेटेड एअर जाणार आहे. त्या रिसर्क्युलेटेड एअर मध्ये आपण काय करणार आहे, फ्रेश एअर मिक्स करणार आहे. रिसर्क्युलेटेड एअर मध्ये फ्रेश एअर मिक्स करणार आहे. आता पर्सेंटेज किती असावं, रिसर्क्युलेटेड एअरचं आणि फ्रेश एअरचं पर्सेंटेज किती असावं हे कशावरती डिपेंड असणार आहे, डिपेंड अपॉन अप्लिकेशन टू अप्लिकेशन. ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही एअर कंडिशनिंग सिस्टीम फॉर हॉस्पिटल किंवा ऑपरेशन रूम साठी एअर कंडिशनिंग सिस्टीम करत असतात त्यावेळेस तुम्ही काय करता, 100% फ्रेश एअर घेत असता. ऑपरेशन रूम किंवा हॉस्पिटल त्यासाठी जर तुम्ही एअर कंडिशनिंग सिस्टीम करत असाल तर त्या ठिकाणी रिसर्क्युलेटेड एअर घेणार नाही तुम्ही, कारण की त्या ठिकाणी काय असतात, देअर मे बी द चान्सेस दॅट whatever conditioning space is there may be some amount of bacteria or some viruses. So if those viruses or bacteria will come along with that recirculated air and that will be again supplied to that room, so there may be the chances or there that may affect on the human health. So in case of hospital or as well as operation theater, we are not using the, or we are not taking the return air. There we are using the 100% fresh air. But if you consider our office as well as homes as well as theaters also, there we are taking the some amount of recirculated air and we are mixing some amount of fresh air. So here, in case of winter air conditioning system, so whatever fresh air will be there, that fresh air will be mixed inside the recirculated air. So whatever mixed air will be there, that mixed air will be filtered with the help of air filter. पहिला पार्ट कोणता असणार आहे? एअर फिल्टर असणार आहे तीन ठिकाणी. So here filtration of that mixed air will takes place. Now, as in case of winter air conditioning system, the desirable process which we require to do is nothing but heating and humidification. Heating and humidification. Heating and humidification. So here, so that mixed air will be passed over the preheater. ह्या ठिकाणी डायरेक्ट आपण जे काय टेम्परेचर आपल्याला पाहिजे असतं, सपोज ह्या ठिकाणी आपल्याला जे काय कंडिशन एअर आहे, सपोज त्या कंडिशन एअरचं टेम्परेचर किती पाहिजे मला? 25 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड आणि 50% रिलेटिव्ह ह्युमिडिटी पाहिजे. 50% रिलेटिव्ह ह्युमिडिटी पाहिजे. अँड आउटसाइडचं टेम्परेचर आहे समजा 10 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड, 10 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड आणि 30% रिलेटिव्ह ह्युमिडिटी आहे समजा, 30% रिलेटिव्ह ह्युमिडिटी. ज्यावेळेस ह्या ठिकाणी हे मिक्सिंग होईल 10 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड आणि 30% रिलेटिव्ह ह्युमिडिटी मध्ये, हे काय आपण रिसर्क्युलेटेड एअर मिक्स करणार आहे. हे मिक्स केल्यानंतर प्रॉपर्टी चेंज होणार आहे. समजा त्या प्रॉपर्टी चेंज झाल्या, 12 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड ड्रायबल टेम्परेचर झालं आणि रिलेटिव्ह ह्युमिडिटी झाली समजा 35%. तर ह्या ठिकाणी लगेच 12 डिग्रीचं डायरेक्टली आपण 25 डिग्री ह्या प्रीहीटर मध्येच करत नाही. कशासाठी करत नाही? कारण की व्हॉट एव्हर प्रीहीटर वी आर युझिंग, दॅट प्रीहीटर वी आर युझिंग फॉर प्रिव्हेंटिंग द पॉसिबल फ्रीजिंग ऑफ वॉटर. म्हणजे आपल्याला हिटिंग आणि ह्युमिडिफिकेशन करायचंय. ऍक्च्युअली हिटिंग कॉइल जी आहे ती ही हिटिंग कॉइल आहे. ऍक्च्युअल हिटिंग कॉइल जी आहे ती ही हिटिंग कॉइल आहे. पण आपल्याला काय माहित आहे? Amount of water holding capacity of any of the air depends upon the temperature as well as pressure. जेवढं टेम्परेचर जास्त असेल तेवढं प्रेशर, तेवढं वॉटर होल्डिंग कॅपॅसिटी पण काय असणार आहे? जास्त असणार आहे. आता ह्या ठिकाणी आपली जी काय एअर आहे त्याचं टेम्परेचर किती आहे? 12 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड आहे. ती 12 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेडची एअरची वॉटर होल्डिंग कॅपॅसिटी काय असणार आहे? ऑलरेडी कमीच असणार आहे. त्यामुळे थोडा अमाऊंट मध्ये जरी आपण वॉटर वेपर मिक्स केल्या तरी ती एअर काय होणार आहे? लगेच सॅच्युरेटेड एअर होणार आहे. ते सॅच्युरेटेड एअर प्रिव्हेंट करण्यासाठी आपण काय करतोय? सुरुवातीला प्रीहीटिंग करतोय. प्रीहीटिंग करतोय म्हणजे काय करतोय? त्या 12 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड सपोज 18 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेडला कन्व्हर्जन केलं. 18 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड 35%. तर आता ह्या ठिकाणी 12 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेडच्या एअरची वॉटर होल्डिंग कॅपॅसिटी आणि 18 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेडच्या एअरची वॉटर होल्डिंग कॅपॅसिटी दोन्हीमध्ये नक्कीच काय असणार आहे? डिफरन्स असणार आहे. म्हणजे 18 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेडची एअर काय करू शकणार आहे? मॅक्सिमम अमाऊंट ऑफ वॉटर होल्ड करू शकतात, वॉटर वेपर होल्ड करू शकणार आहे. त्यामुळे ह्या ठिकाणी काय केलेलं आपण? प्रीहीटिंग कॉइल यूज केलेले. नाउ दॅट आफ्टर प्रीहीटिंग दॅट एअर विल बी सप्लाइड ओव्हर द ह्युमिडिफायर. इनसाइड द ह्युमिडिफायर हिअर वॉटर वेपर विल बी मिक्स इनसाइड दॅट एअर. अँड आफ्टर दॅट म्हणजे ह्या ठिकाणी काय करणार आहे आपण? ह्युमिडिफिकेशन करणार आहे. म्हणजे ह्या ठिकाणी आउटसाइडला जी काय एअर येणार आहे, सपोज ते एअरचं टेम्परेचर झालं 18 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड आणि 50% रिलेटिव्ह ह्युमिडिटी. Now, whatever difference of temperature will be there, that will be fulfilled with the help of this reheating coil. So this will be called as a winter air conditioning system. So most of the time for your university exam, the question will be explain the summer air conditioning system with the help of suitable sketch, or explain the winter air conditioning or year round air conditioning system with the help of suitable sketch. Then third one is nothing but year round air conditioning system. So here in case of year round air conditioning system, there will be the combination of winter air conditioning as well as summer air conditioning system. Why? Because here we require to do heating and humidification as well as cooling and dehumidification. Why? If winter season will be there, then here whatever control elements are there, that control element will activate only heating and humidification. If summer season will be there, then whatever controlled elements are there or whatever control system is there, that control system will activate only cooling and dehumidification. So here only change will be this much, the parts. Rest of the parts will be same. व्हेंटिलेटेड एअर, रिसर्क्युलेटेड एअर, या ठिकाणी काय होणार आहे, मिक्सड एअर, ती कशातून पास होणार आहे, एअर फिल्टर मधून पास होणार आहे. या ठिकाणी जी काय फिल्टर्ड एअर असणार आहे, ती फिल्टर्ड एअर कशावरून पास होणार आहे, या ठिकाणी कुलिंग कॉइल वरून पास होणार आहे. त्यानंतर ती एअर कशावरून पास होणार आहे, ह्युमिडिफायर वरून पास होणार आहे, आणि त्यानंतर हिटिंग कॉइल वरून पास होणार आहे. आता समजा आपल्याकडे काय समर सीझन आहे, तर समर सीझन मध्ये काय असणार आहे, त्या ठिकाणी समर सीझन मध्ये फक्त कुलिंग कॉइल फक्त काय असणार आहे, ऍक्टिव्हेट असणार आहे. ही जी काय ह्युमिडिफायर आणि हिटिंग कॉइल असणार आहे, ती काय असणार आहे, डिऍक्टिव्हेट असणार आहे. किंवा या ठिकाणी ह्युमिडिफायर जो असणार आहे तो फक्त डिऍक्टिव्हेट असणार आहे, आणि कुलिंग कॉइल आणि हिटिंग कॉइल दोन्ही काय असणार आहेत, ऍक्टिव्हेट असणार आहे. या ठिकाणी कुलिंग कॉइल मध्ये काय करणार आहे आपण, कुलिंग आणि डिह्युमिडिफिकेशन करणार आहे. कुलिंग आणि डिह्युमिडिफिकेशन केल्यामुळे या ठिकाणी काय होणार आहे, जे काय मॉइश्चर पार्टिकल असणार आहेत ते काय होणार आहे, कंडेन्सेट होणार आहे. पण त्या ठिकाणी कुलिंग आणि डिह्युमिडिफिकेशन करत असल्यामुळं त्या एअरचं टेम्परेचर काय होणार आहे, मच बिलो दॅन दी रिक्वायर्ड टेम्परेचर असणार आहे. आणि ते टेम्परेचर आपण मेंटेन कसं करणार आहे, बाय युझिंग द हिटिंग कॉइल न ते टेम्परेचर मेंटेन करणार आहे. जर समजा समर सीझन असेल, जर समजा आता हे जे सांगितलं ते विंटर समर सीझन साठी सांगितलं, कुलिंग आणि डिह्युमिडिफिकेशन. जर समजा विंटर सीझन असेल, तर विंटर सीझन मध्ये काय करणार आहे आपण, ही कुलिंग कॉइल जी आहे ती डिऍक्टिव्हेट करणार आहे आणि फक्त ह्युमिडिफायर आणि हिटिंग कॉइल ऍक्टिव्हेट करणार आहे. त्यामुळे ह्या ठिकाणी काय होणार आहे, हिटिंग आणि ह्युमिडिफिकेशन होणार आहे. बाकी जी काय सिस्टीम असणार आहे, ती बाकीची सिस्टीम काय असणार आहे, ऍज इट इज असणार आहे. सो दिस विल बी कॉल्ड ॲज अ एअर राउंड एअर कंडिशनिंग सिस्टीम. This will be called as a air round air conditioning system. Now we have to study. So this was the preliminary part of this our chapter number 6. Now we have to solve the problems based on the winter air conditioning system, summer air conditioning system, as well as year round air conditioning system. Before solving the problem, here we have to see what is meant by heating load calculation, or what is meant by heating load, as well as what is meant by cooling load. So in case of heating and cooling load, there are basically two types of heat. First one will be called as a sensible heat load, and second one will be called as a latent heat load. But for explanation of that we require much more time, as well as after that we have to solve the problem. So now as time is 11:56 or 57, so hardly 3 or 4 minutes are remaining. So whatever this part will be there, that we are going to take in the next lecture, that means after Diwali. So now you can write your roll number in your chat box. So as this is our last lecture before Diwali, so I wish you as well as your family as a happy Diwali. So in the Diwali vacation, do the study of ISC 1, prepare for ISC 1 and give the ISC 1 properly. Write your roll number in the chat box and you can exit the meeting. Thank you.